Eccentrics, how are you? I am okay. Recently was crying. I've been through quite a lot, and I tend to not really feel emotions if it doesn't logically line up with what I'm doing. So if I'm like overwhelmed or just feel sad and I am on my way to work or getting ready or at work, I do not let myself feel that emotion and cry, because then I'm thinking to myself, my eyes might get puffy. People might ask me questions. I might not want to talk and answer those questions, or talking about it in front of someone might make me want to cry. So I try to, which might sound crazy, schedule out my time that I just sit and feel. A lot has been going on. Hopefully me talking louder allows you to not really hear the fan too much. I sat here and watched this video once again. I actually completed the editing of this video, and then I had a technical issue that resulted in me having to redo the editing of this entire video. The plan a few months ago was to go ahead and limit my videos to 15 minutes because I feel like I'm not important enough to be posting videos longer than that. And then I realized, after getting to this last video for this art piece, that sometimes it results in what, six, 7 videos? But if I can get it to the speed that I want it once I complete the editing, then I might not have to post multiple videos. Can minimize it. Being that it's just one canvas, I feel like 6 videos was too much, although it kind of hit the mark of my goal of like 15, 13, 14 minutes. Let me know what you think. The next art piece, I sped up the creation. It is not a painting. It's just a drawing on a large canvas. So of course, like half the time this one took. And it equates to about 2 videos if I evenly divide it. That's another strategy that I'm, going for when I divide the video. So keep an eye out for that. My laptop was also out of commission for probably a week and a half. I realized that, I believe it's the RAM that popped up, and I know that's caused by me being clumsy sometimes, dropping the laptop and not having enough screws in it, which I didn't know there wasn't enough screws in it until the issue came about and my laptop started beeping. So that also slowed down the whole editing a new video. And man, there's been quite a few things going on. I have to admit, I went through something pretty traumatic about 2.5 years ago, and I am not loving change. I used to love change, but now I'm at that point in my life where I'm trying to make sure that I am prepared for it and not going about it in the mindset of I'm tough and I can take on everything, which I can, but it's not necessarily healthy to have the mindset of like just keep piling on, because everyone needs a break. Balance is very important to making sure you can handle it for however long whatever event is going to take. So, what else has been going on? When I started getting my schedule to what I want it to be, which was changing from doing errands one day out of the week to doing errands multiple days, only on the days I work in the morning, well, aiming for it, because I haven't necessarily conquered that yet, and not doing deliveries 3 days out of the week. I'm not sure why I keep getting messages. Cool. Of course it would come through now, so let me be smarter and silence my phone. I have my phone up because I have notes on what I'm going to be talking about. So once I kind of got into the swing of that, my alternator went out. I was leaving work, and long story short, it took about probably 2 hours where I was just at work, stranded. My coworker gave me a jump like twice. Then he was like, I don't think it's going to last. Then I called my friend, who he came because no one else answered. Well, one other person didn't answer. I'm not going to be specific. And then we stood out there, and I was so overwhelmed that I didn't even think of doing any troubleshooting steps. I was just thinking, the jump, and let me call my insurance and see if they can tow me home. And my car was out of commission for about a day. My landlord is Hispanic. There is a language barrier. I thought he was telling me I paid $100+ for the alternator and his friend's labor costs, but he was actually saying buy the alternator and he was going to install it. So it's great, but I'm not for like blurring lines, like, because we're doing a we have a professional relationship, so I try not to blur it at all. But when you think about the things that is not necessarily great for this rental, like the limited AC, the insufficient plumbing, the door that doesn't have like the seal on the outside so frogs can like just sit there, kind of weighs itself out. But I had another short notice overtime shift. Actually, I'm not even going to say shift because I was not going to do 8 hours on my day off, especially since I had a meeting for that day. So I accepted 4 since they were in some kind of bind that they created from unorganization. But that put me back about a week when it comes to my schedule, and it resulted in me getting about 12 hours of sleep for 3 days. There's been 6 deaths in my family so far this year, and the most recent is my uncle, the husband of my aunt that passed in March. So I am getting bombarded. My gosh. Oh my goodness. Listen. Through all this, I'm still doing the job search. I just did deliveries for about 4 hours. And in case you were wondering, guys, I make about $12 an hour in security, and I made about $10 or $15 more in those 4 hours than I would if I was at work. Only thing is, it's wear and tear in your car, so you have to be more up to date with maintenance and stuff like that. So in case you wanted to dabble into the delivery industry, it's worth it based on how much you're looking to earn. And there wasn't back-to-back deliveries as usual. When I do deliveries, I don't usually do it on Wednesdays. So I know that I had a thing to play into it. I know I would have made more money if I did it at a different time. At some point in this video, I'm going to be using like a flashlight. It's actually the little light sensor that I use when I that I have at my door. So anytime the door opens, when I have all the lights off, like when I come home, for example, the light turns on. So that was the quickest thing that was nearby. I wasn't going to get up and find my flashlight. So I just got that to make sure I was covering all the spots that, as you can see by the nose, those kind of spots. So that's what that's about. I think this is the angle that I'm going to go for when it comes to the large canvases and recording. It took me a second, so this is why this is not the only position you see in these videos, but I think this would be my set position. It just takes some getting used to because I haven't been able to regularly create, so it takes some arm strength being built up if I don't want you guys to see like my face like you do now at all. And when I'm not doing the horizontal angled canvas, it is not an easy task to have the vertical angled canvas all in view and making sure that the entire time I'm creating the art piece, you can see the whole thing. So you will see that struggle in the next art piece that I create, which I am almost done editing. The inspiration was a TikTok video that I saw, and man, it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I told her I was going to create an art piece. So hopefully she's not too upset about that. But I wanted to make sure I complete the editing, like the entire editing of the art creation, before I actually post like the 1-minute video with her audio on it. So that's why that's taken a while. And the job search is still going on. I think I mentioned that already. I've had quite a few scams come through, and quite a lot of them have been recently, with the deprived amount of sleep that I've been getting. So you see, it's always like when something not so positive is happening, something else happens. Like it's like in threes or something, and it's like, wow, you couldn't wait until I was like rejuvenated, well rested, eating well to hit me with all of this. One of them, I wouldn't say they almost got me. But I did reach out to one of the career coaches at my school. I wasn't nearly close to giving my bank information. Even if I wasn't going to give like my Chase information. I was going to give them Cash App and disconnect my Chase information. But, excuse me, they definitely got me on the day of that short notice overtime shift, the day that I got like 3 hours of sleep and was up for like 12, 16. So they had good timing. I currently have 2 offers right now, and even when you get to that point, you would think there will be less steps to do, but you still have to vet the company. You still have to vet the person who's reaching out to you, especially if it's a process where you did not apply, even if you did apply, because one of them I did apply. But yeah, you still have to vet them, and that's still steps. Steps. Just steps that just, where is the break? Where is the break? Oh my goodness. The good thing is, other than getting overwhelmed when I'm tired, it hasn't been a regular thing. I've been way more positive. Guys, it makes such a difference when you're not having such, a good day or a week that you're like, I know on my day off, I'm going to give myself some self-care. Or within the moment saying, oh, Lord, give me strength. That has been the saving grace for so many people, especially with the time period that I was not sleeping. Listen, when I say this to you guys, I am grumpy with lack of sleep. Listen, 2 days in a row, one incident, that's the word. I was at the gas station. Keep in mind, that day I also forgot my card at home, and my car was like on E. Another word of advice outside of the whole delivery thing: don't go below half a tank. Don't go below half a tank. When I used to have my truck, because it was way more to fill up, and my budgeting skills was not as superb as it is now. So I would let it go below half a tank. And when I got my car, which is only like 30, 32, 35 to fill up, I told myself I was not going to go below half a tank. But I did, because I believe it was the alternator expense that took a big chunk of money that I was not planning to spend. It was not savings. I don't get enough money for savings, by the way. I don't even know how that felt, but anyways. Yeah, so I was close to broke. Oh, another tip: keep cash in your car. So listen, thank goodness I had like $1.50 or something in my little change purse in my car, because that removed me off of the whole E status of my car gas gas tank. And I was waiting to fill up, just standing there, looking, laughing at myself shortly before that. So I'm not sure why the guy interpreted my expression as, what he did, but he was just like, who we gonna fight? And I'm like, what? I'm chilling. He's like, oh, you do correction? Because I have my uniform on. And I was like, nope, I do not get paid enough money for that. I would not get paid enough money for that. That's just not for me. But the next day, the maintenance guy at the job that I do security was like, when I first saw you, I was like, yeah, she looked like she was in the military. Like, what? Which is hilarious, because before I even got into security, so many people used to tell me, like, you should do corrections. You look like you do corrections. And I think they paid like $13 or $14 an hour. So like $1 or $2 difference, which is huge, by the way. Don't get it twisted. It is huge compared to, the financial bills that I have right now, and what I want covered, and what would allow me to have savings. But listen, I know all facilities are not the same, but I cannot really deal with inmates, or inmates being rude. I just don't think it's for me. It just kind of reminds me of the vibe of like the military, where they kind of like build up this strong, resilient spirit by doing all this yelling, sometimes at you, sometimes in your face. And that's one of the reasons why I just can't do military, right? I just thought that was so hilarious how it happened like 2 days back to back. And I was just thinking to myself, like, has my like resting bitch face increased? Like, has it just, went to another level kind of thing? But I really hope you guys are doing well. If you have the same amount of crap on your plate or even more than I do, do not forget that doing things that helps you relax or bring you joy or even let you cry helps with the emotions, the negative emotions, whether that's stress or sadness or madness that comes with things that you have to take care of. It gets easy if you balance it out. At the moment, I am, what time is it? 7 in the morning. I got up at, what time? I got up at like 3 in the afternoon yesterday. I slept like 12 hours. On my days off, I'm trying to go back to my initial plan at like March, that my days off, I don't set an alarm. I just wake up and stay up when my body feels rested. So that's why I end up with 12 hours yesterday. But at 7 in the morning, the caffeine energy drink that I had earlier to continue doing deliveries to hit my mark is going to wear off soon. I need to call about this job offer in the next hour and a half. And I have not slept. So I definitely need a nap. But I also need to meal prep. That's another thing I have not been able to do. I've just been cooking probably every 2 or 3 days, which is kind of annoying because honestly, my schedule that would be ideal is meal prepping for one day. So that way on my days off, I can either do deliveries to hit my little month daily goal to have some kind of like, rainy day money. Either do that at night or go to bed early and do it in the morning and possibly hang out with friends if it comes about. And then on my days off, I literally stay home the entire time so I can like really feel and experience the place that I pay for, that I pay rent for. Because I feel like society has created this mindset of us always going somewhere on a daily basis, and then at some point, are you really enjoying the home that you are renting or owning? So that's my ideal schedule, and I hope to get to it someday. I'm not going to give up aiming for it. It's good to have goals. I definitely want to thank you guys for watching and listening to my updates. I hope I was thorough enough, and I am not going to give up creating more and posting more. Have a wonderful day.